Using leftover concrete mix from one project for another is totally possible, but you gotta know the right way to handle it so it doesn't turn into a big mess. If you've got some extra concrete that didn't get used, it's important to understand how long that mix stays good and what you can actually do with it without wasting your time or money. Here's the deal. Fresh concrete mix starts hardening pretty fast once you add water, usually within an hour or two depending on the brand and weather conditions. So, if you want to reuse leftover wet mix, you need to act fast, like within 30 to 45 minutes tops. After that, the chemical reaction kicks in and it starts setting, so it won't be usable anymore for structural stuff. But if you have dry leftover mix, that is, just the powdery stuff before adding water, it can last months if stored properly in a sealed container away from moisture and humidity. When you're ready to use it again, give it a quick check for clumps or hardened bits because those won't mix well and can ruin your batch. Also, don't try to add water to concrete that's partially dried or hardened because it won't regain its original strength. For small projects like patching cracks or making garden stepping stones, using leftover dry mix is often fine, but for big home projects like driveways or patios, fresh mix is usually the way to go. Always keep your concrete mix covered and in a dry spot to keep it fresh longer. And if you need to save a little extra time, plan your pours better so you don't have much left over in the first place. One of the biggest mistakes people make with leftover concrete mix is trying to use wet leftover after it's started to set. This just ends up weak and crumbly and won't hold up. Another common issue is storing dry mix improperly. If it gets damp, it clumps up and becomes useless. And finally, mixing old leftover concrete with fresh mix thinking it'll save money or materials often leads to poor results because the old mix messes with the curing process. A simple fix here is to always check your storage conditions and avoid mixing past mixes with new ones for critical projects. BigHomeProjects.com is super handy because it connects homeowners like you with reliable local contractors who know all about handling materials right, including concrete. Plus, if you're a contractor, the site helps you find steady work by linking you with people who need your skills for projects big and small. If you want me to break down anything else about concrete or home projects, just ask.